Hey, this is Steve with Guitar Center. We're at NAMM 2017 in the Music Man booth, and we're hanging with Sterling Ball talking about the 30th anniversary Stingray 5. How you doing?
Great. How are you, my friend?
I'm just living the dream of NAMM. So tell me all about this bass.
Well, you know, I bought Music Man from Leo Fender in 1984, and I was a young guy then, and I never really thought that I was taking over from Leo, because Leo was like an uncle to me. I worked for him, and I grew up in the factory because my dad was an endorsee. My dad was Ernie Ball. So we made these we decided we'd make a 5-string bass. It was one of the first ones. So 1987 it came out, and it's been the standard of all American 5-string basses. And it's an active bass, and it can be very bright. So what we've done this year and what we like to do with all of our anniversary basses, we don't do reissues. Okay, what we like to do is we like to start and celebrate the beginning, 1987, some things along the way like the compensated nut and stuff, the roasted neck, and then we have something that we're doing now in a new discovery. And one of the things I'd like to talk about is voicing, because people tend to describe a bass in terms of whether it's active or passive. Okay, the thing is, you can make an active bass sound like anything you want. You can't make a passive bass do all the things an active bass can, as far as being able to turn the volume down and still not lose any frequencies, longer cable without any signal. So what we did here is, instead of trying to just keep making traditional voiced active instruments or trying to take the preamp out, we decided that we really need to tell people about that we've revoiced the preamp more modern. And what that really means is taking some of the treble down, changing the midpoint, and boosting the bass a little bit. So this is why we voiced this bass for what people want right now. And it's changed because when this first came out, there was more slap playing, there was more pick playing, the bass was brighter. Bass is definitely almost more retro, more back to the 60s sound. So we've revoiced this Stingray 5, and I think it's really great.
And so that's predicated on the idea that that preamp kind of brings up the level of all frequencies all the way across, and you just kind of chose the sweet ones to kind of pull out?
Yes, but also what it is, people in a music store and Guitar Center, they grab a bass and they turn everything up full, because that's what you really have to do with the passive bass. Well, if you do that with an active bass, it generally is going to sound ugly, okay? And so what we have to do is we have to kind of design it so when you do that, it still sounds good. I don't want to call our customer, I would never say idiot-proof. Never say that or imply it. So anyway, what we do is, the challenge is making it so if you do treat an active bass like a passive bass, we got to make it sound good with everything up. But really, the deal is you don't have to have your volume up all the way. Think of it like an accelerator. You have to floor a passive bass. You don't have to floor an active bass. So that gives you a lot of room. But really, it's just how you voice it. And I think we've voiced this bass spot on to what's happening and playing right now.
All right, cool. So there's a little lesson for you in bass voicing from Sterling Ball with the Stingray 5 30th anniversary. Look for these at your local Guitar Center in spring, and keep checking GuitarCenter.com for more new from NAMM.